All right, as we await results from the banks, we, of course, are keeping our eye on tech. As we mentioned, the NASDAQ 100 on pace to snap a 4-session winning streak. I said losing streak by accident. Brenda, I'm going to come over to you. This is your wheelhouse. What do you make of what's going on in tech, and what happened to the idea that the market was broadening?
Well, I think, if we look, tech absolutely participated in the fourth quarter of last year, no doubt, after having a phenomenal first half of the year. But I think within the large cap tech space, there are areas we would favor over others. When we look at something like an Apple, valuation's high. We're concerned about growth in China and having that slow and slowing iPhone sales overall. But when we look at other areas like a Salesforce and NVIDIA and Amazon, we continue to see opportunity there, whether it's from margin improvement overall with an Amazon and a Salesforce, or just with overall top line growth with an NVIDIA. So we think there still are opportunities within the group and would not categorize them just as one right, or nothing. But I think you have to be a little bit picky when sifting through.
Brenda, you hit on something earlier in Worldwide Exchange we're talking quite a bit about. So historically, technology trades at about 17.7 times its forward PE. Right now, currently, it's at 24.5 times its forward PE. Brent, I'm going to come over to you. What does that make you think? I mean, there's the AI trade, NVIDIA, we're going to talk about in a second. Obviously, given a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of encouragement to investors on the AI trade, but that much above its historic valuation, what does that say to you?
I think it should give you a small lens into where we are, but I've said this so many times. PE is a terrible metric for making trades. And so let me just take a step back. I think we're all asking ourselves, can tech have another good year? And actually, last year was a great year. The NASDAQ composite was up 43. The Qs were up more than that. But if you look at the NASDAQ over rolling 2-year returns, the actual average return for 2 years is 25%. Right now, over the last 2 years, the NASDAQ is negative, and the NASDAQ 100 is only up 4%. So if history with any guide, if you take a 2-year lens, tech is actually pretty cheap. So I don't think we're entering that 98, 99 phase. And I still think there's room to run, especially as these companies are getting more excited about AI, implementing AI. And so I think there's room for multiple expansion.
All right, multiple expansion room. Bryn says, Jim, I'm going to come over to you. Today, Apple named a top pick by Goldman Sachs, reiterated the price target of $227, saying they see potential for upward earnings revisions to drive the upside. Agree or disagree?
I kind of mildly disagree, but let me put it in this context that all of these analyst notes on Apple in the first 2 weeks of the year seem to be a little hollow to me. They seem to be lacking specificity. They seem to be lacking data. I mean, sure, Apple could go up. If the markets go up, it's 6% of the S&P 500. Just passive index investing is going to generate flows into Apple. By the way, they buy back a lot of shares. But in terms of a catalyst up or down, I find it hard to find one. And I know last week there were a lot of downgrades saying that the iPhone market is slowing.
Goggles.
I mean, tell me something.
February.
No, hang on. I know you want to go there. So, and I've listened to you on it. But
I just went there. You said I don't know what the catalyst is. It's in 6 weeks.
Wait. Let me just finish.
Josh, you legitimately have that much faith in those goggles?
He does.
It's the start of something.
You go ahead.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it will be the catalyst, but you said I don't even know what a catalyst could be. OMG, it's the first new major product launch since 2016.
Josh, I'm not with you on this. I mean, I love you. I hear you.
You're not the customer they have in mind when they're developing these things? Like, in fairness.
I hear your passion, and when I hear you passionate, I take it very seriously. I just don't see this as, remember the watches when they came out? And how long that took to really gain traction, and we were waiting quarter after quarter for that to be the catalyst. You're right, I'm not the customer, so maybe that skews my vision, no pun intended, but I see this being more like the watches.
You do remember the scoffing at the phone, right?
I do.
Nokia laughed at it, okay? You remember the scoffing at AirPods. What kind of idiot would walk down the street with those? It's one of the big, if the AirPods were a standalone company, it would be in the S&P 500. So I understand the skepticism, like who wants to wear goggles? Until I show you, I could simulate, literally, being a submarine captain during World War II.
You're my XO?
And I put them out.
Are you my XO?
Sure. I don't think, they don't let gentlemen of my size on submarines.
Well, Josh,
I put those on your head and you go, oh, wait a minute, maybe this is the next category.
But Josh, let me ask you, where does Apple succeed where Meta failed?
You'll rock the goggles for sure.
But I have the MetaQuest headset and I don't like it. I get dizzy. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Nobody else is on there.
Yeah.
What do you do?
This is not that. That's straight video gaming. This is so different. Bryn has the Meta Ray-Bans.
Yeah, I didn't want to, because we didn't talk about it before the show, but do you want to pull them out?
Yeah.
We're not doing show and tell. I'm not going to make her put them on.
Right.
But
We'll just pull them out so we
But
can see
I
them.
think that these products, I think we're going to have this resurgence of products that for the consumer, and all of these products are insights into Apple's AI initiatives, into Meta's. The Ray-Bans from Meta are amazing. You can say, hey, Meta, and it can do things for you. Right now, it's like, tell me the temperature, take a video. But you can go through and say, hey, they're going to be able to translate languages going forward. I think with the Apple, I think also you get this insight into their AI. To me, the Trojan horse of Apple is Siri. And so I think that's what we're going to continue to hear. What are they going to do? Because there's, I think, 2 billion installed user. They all of a sudden pivot, or not pivot, they share with us what they're doing with AI and Siri.
They haven't even whispered AI. They haven't even hinted at it.
Can you imagine? Quick poll. Does Apple outperform the market this year? Yes or no? I'm just asking. I want to know your opinion. Outperform the market, yes or no?
I don't know.
Okay, Josh.
Outperform the S&P 500?
Yeah.
No.
Brenda?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
Well, that was quick.
What's next?
Did you just do science?
Yeah, that was not Survey Monkey quality, Jim. That was not Survey Monkey quality.
Let's
Hey, you three, yeah.
Sample size.
Very small sample size. So I want to switch gears a bit to NVIDIA. Hit a new all-time high today. Obviously, still riding the wave of AI enthusiasm. You guys were just talking about it. Following its chip that allows, quote-unquote, AI at home. Farmer Jim, I'm going to come back over to you. You're a skeptic when it comes to Apple. I mean,
Farmer Jim, tell us about AI.
Well,
also, Josh, if Siri was a standalone company, would it be in the Russell? I mean,
what's NVIDIA? I mean, somebody tell me, what's NVIDIA up this year? 10%?
It's already up 10%. Would you have said this is going to outperform the S&P this year? Nobody would. Myself
Actually, I might have on this one
year.
because, and I'm going to drive you particularly crazy on this, because starting this year, the forward multiple on NVIDIA was what, 26?
25, yeah.
I will tell you that for a company that's growing its earnings 50% year over year, that's a bargain. I know we're not supposed to use valuation. A lot of times people laugh at me when I do it, but no, I would say that NVIDIA would outperform this year.
Well, you got your wish so far.
By the way, I would say that the Mag 7, we can't look at that as a monolith. Not every stock is going to outperform the same way. I know you love Tesla, and I'm so happy to see you in person today. I don't want to mess it up, but I think
we all agree on valuation. I think the key is to not be a slave to valuation.
Fine.
We're gonna talk about Netflix in the next block, I think. So I don't want to ruin that conversation, but I would point out.
Tease?
I would point out from March 2009 to January 2020. The average PE on Netflix was 165 times. The stock went up thousands of percentage points during that period. So it's not that valuation doesn't matter. It's just that it doesn't give you any idea of what a stock could do when it's growing and innovating in the way that an NVIDIA or a Netflix could.
Folks, you see that profile shot of him? He's talking directly at me. Love you, Josh.
Well, I'm just making one specific argument that you and I have been having.
We're going to have to break up this love fest for just a second. By the way, NVIDIA shares down just about 0.5%.